Do people who are diabetic use that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So like type 1, yeah, type 1.
My friend's mother is diabetic, and
Yeah.
when she came to our house, she had like all of the devices. I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with all the names, but I do remember.
Yep. Another one. And I think that's really important because in between. So when you guys say the city, basically Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I know the lingo a little bit.
I say the city is Manhattan.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it depends on person.
Hey man, how's it going? We're at the National Medical Association, and my name is Theo Harvey. I'm the co-founder of CenterMed. We really focus on taking care of patients at home. So we're really excited to be here. This is our second time at this conference, talking to a lot of great doctors on how we can help their patients, but more importantly, their practices grow and be successful in this new normal of healthcare. I wasn't involved in healthcare years ago. I came from technology space. So I was really focused in on helping companies, build out technology like big WebEx systems, telecommunication, things like that. Just like anyone, when you kind of get in healthcare, it's almost like a calling as opposed to a job. And so my daughter, when she was first born, she had a respiratory issue. Spoiler alert, she is okay. But at the time, me and my wife was extremely worried. She had to stay in the NICU when she was first born. We had to go back and forth even after she was released from NICU to make sure she was doing okay and with the doctors. And it was just a lot on us. It was not only stressful to us as parents, new parents, in fact, but also because we had to travel long distances to see the specialist to help my daughter. And it was then when I was like, there has to be a better way to be able to communicate with the doctor instead of physically seeing them all the time. And that's when I kind of stumbled upon telehealth. And so when I understood that, I said, this is the opportunity in the wave of the future, because I saw businesses using video form to communicate. And then I saw the opportunity with technology to kind of connect the doctor and patient even closer than ever before. And so that became my passion over the last 10 years, building CenterMed out with my co-founder, Amin Holmes, and a great team that we built over the last years to build this out. So when my daughter was born 2012, so she is 12 now, budding dancer now. So definitely she's gotten over the respiratory issue. Also, what gave me passion was talking to the doctors, the dedication to helping my daughter get better, and realizing that as healthcare has changed, a lot of them are struggling to keep up their independence because they just don't get reimbursed as much anymore. And so I'm seeing opportunities where we can leverage our technology to help them with that.
What's the cost of a booth at a trade show?
It depends, yeah. Anywhere between $2,500 to $4,000. It can be a lot more depending on what kind of booth you have, of course.
How big's the show, by the way? How many booths?
I don't know that. But I know there's at least 10,000 doctors here over the next 3 days. So
Where are they?
I know they're not here.
Is this day one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is the second day. That's it.
Oh.
Where are
It's
they?
a boondoggle. They're just kind of hanging out, relaxing.
Is this your first year at the show?
We did one in Atlanta 2 years ago. So that helped out a lot.
In COVID, how did that change the whole telehealth world?
It really took things to the next level. So it just really understood that people realized that there was an opportunity to kind of help patients at home. They couldn't see the patients anymore, right? Patients couldn't come to the doctor anymore, especially older patients, because we didn't have a vaccine, right?
Yeah.
So patients,
My grandparents, they wouldn't leave the house.
yeah, same with my parents. Anybody over 65 was just scared to go. And so having these type of remote tools really helped a lot of doctors stay in business because they couldn't do it without, right? And I don't know if you remember, they lessened the rules for telehealth where people could actually use their devices, FaceTime to talk to doctors. That was the first time they ever did that.
It's crazy. But then in crisis, that's what you got to do. You got to rely on technology, and then you realize.
The challenge is now, because, during the pandemic, it went up 1,000%. And then now it's gone back to the same levels, about like 20%. So basically 1 in 5 patients are doing telehealth, but during the pandemic, it's like 8 out of 10. So it's changing, getting back to the normal. This is a workflow thing, right? People have ways of working, and the doctors have a way of kind of seeing the patient, talking to them, getting to know them. It's so important to them. And so a lot of times, doing this new model is a little struggle. This is what's happening in healthcare right now. But these programs CMS saw the benefit because they saw the cost of care was a little bit lower, but also quality of care. So that means the patients didn't have to go to the hospital as much. They were also helping them with controlling their hypertension. Uncontrollable hypertension affects almost 40 million Americans. Many of them don't even know they have uncontrollable hypertension. That means a reading of over 140. And so this is something that can help manage that over time.
What is a reading of 140? What does that mean?
Yeah, so basically they have a top number, a lower number, diastolic and systolic. You get your blood pressure reading, right? Typically a normal is like 120 over like 70 or something like that. But if you get a reading that's above 120, you have what they call hypertension or high blood pressure, which makes your arteries work a lot harder. That's something that's important because you want to make sure you can control high blood pressure, because cardiovascular disease is something that's a silent killer, right? You don't know you have it till maybe you have a heart attack one day.
Did you start this, or like what is your personal involvement with this company?
I started it. Yeah, built it out from scratch.
When?
2014.
2014. What was like the one trigger that made you want to start it? Was it the daughter?
Well, yeah,
thing,
my story about my daughter. And so my daughter, when she was first born, she had a respiratory issue. Spoiler alert, she is okay, but hey, how are you doing? Yeah, you enjoying the conference? Of course, yeah. What are you guys, students, or you're exhibitor as well?
Exhibitors.
Okay. What are you guys exhibiting at?
So we're with Campaign for Tobacco Free Kids.
Oh, okay. Wow. Where's that, upstairs?
We're upstairs. We're one of the well, we work there. NMA is one of our partners.
Good.
So we kind of come down here, of course, get some free stuff at Scout to see for potential partners.
Okay, so you work with a lot of pediatrics and things like that. Okay.
Health organization, just because we're public health focused
Got you.
within the advocacy group.
We work with pulmonologists. The reason why I'm asking all that, some are pulmonologists for COPD. We work with older patients though. And the goal there is to kind of make sure we manage their chronic conditions at home. So we provide them with devices like blood pressure cuffs, scales. So that long-term chronic condition, we're trying to help change the behavior over time with our technology and tools. So that's really important to us. And we see opportunities to work with pediatrics because we work with continuous glucose monitoring. That's like a wearable device, like a Dexcom that puts on their arm to get the data in real time. So that helps them change.
Do people who are diabetic use that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So like type 1, type 1.
My friend's mother is diabetic.
Yeah.
When she came to our house, she had like all of the devices. I'm not
familiar
with all the names, but I do remember.
Dexcom or Freestyle Libre is another one. And I think that's really important because, as explained before, it's something they can do real time and kind of change levels. Like understand, you shouldn't have ate that cake last night. And so we can see insulin spike up in real time, and that helps doctors make better decisions. So I think,
have a card?
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, definitely take it, please. And there's a way we can partner together. Where are you guys based out of?
DC.
Oh, okay, yeah. We go up there all the time. We have doctors, primary care cardiologists, nephrologists in the DMV area. So yeah, we'd love to see if there's a way. We don't have a lot of pediatricians right now, but if they're interested in understanding, diabetes care, we can definitely talk about that high level. And if there's a way we can, do you work with pulmonologists at all with the?
We more so like the larger groups that may represent them. So being that we're advocacy group, our focus when we work with a lot of medical people is to use their base to educate them on the issue on tobacco control. And one thing that we're focused on is banning menthol. But then the other side of that is maybe using like Dr. Richardson. She has been a great spokesperson for our issue.
And Dr. Richardson is
Yolanda. Our CEO is named Yolanda, and we often use those interchangeably on accident. But that being said, using those organizations to advocate. So it doesn't have to strictly be those type of doctors. Any doctors that are talking about tobacco related causes.
Awesome.
We want to be a voice to advocate for.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,